Hi fam, welcome back to our channel, Design on the Dollar. I'm your host Ida, and tonight is Saturday. It's Craft with Me. We do this every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just get on and we do a DIY together, and it's called Craft with Me. And guys, I wanted to say that I remember when we was talking about the other channel, the Talk Time channel. Well, I started it and it is up. It's called Diva's Talk Time. And hi Susan, right? Hi Renee. But yes, I started that channel. What I did was, remember guys, I told you I had a hello, thank you Sheila. Remember I told you guys I used to have a makeup channel. Well, I just switched that channel over to the Talk Time channel. And it's called Diva's Talk Time. And now what I need, thank you. This was my son's, he used to rap, he used to do Christian rap. And his thing was Christ is Life. That was the name of his group, or what he called himself. He had several tracks out. Gospel tracks, and before he became a gospel rapper, he had regular raps out. Him and my second oldest, my other daughter, she also, him and her did music together. So that was his passion when he was in high school and college. Hello Fort Heights. When he was in high school and college, that was his passion, but food has always been his passion. So he found what he really wanted to do in life, and that is be a chef. And so that's what he is now. He's a chef with his own business. And like I told you guys, if you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and you have an event and you're looking for a reasonable cater, he is the one for you. And his catering service is Love and Soul. Hi Sumter, South Carolina. Thank you, lady. But yes, he has that, and he would be willing to travel if you'll be willing to pay that extra. But I guarantee you, even with the extra you pay him for travel, it will still not add up to what you would have to pay another high price chef. And trust me, his food is the bomb.com. And and if you live in the New Bern area, and I forget what days he do his plates, but he sell plates as well. So, and he delivers to businesses if there's a certain amount of plates that will be sold at that business. Okay, guys. So now I talked about that. We have 31 people live with us right now. Can each one of you guys, hey Macon, Georgia, can each one of you guys go ahead and hit the like button so we can get 30 likes? And I have to address one negative thing. I really don't want to address it, but I am going to address it because, like I said, maybe there's new family members that come in and they just find us by chance. And when they come in and they see me, with my hair wrap on, or me in my PJs, then they don't quite understand what's going on. Well, I am a disabled vet, and I have several different injuries and ailments, and so when I do my craft is a therapeutic, and majority of the time you will see me in night clothes, um, and when I'm in my PJs, majority of the time I don't have on a bra. So, oh well, thank you. I know most of you guys like my wrap. Most of you guys don't mind me in my PJs, but on our last Craft With Me supply list, I had two Negative Susans that came on, and one was, and the first one was like, oh, if you want to be live or on air, you need to come presentable. You don't need to have no wrap around your head, and you need to put on a bra, some clothes, some decent clothes. And this other person chimed in and said, yeah, I agree with you. I thought I was the only one feeling this way. And I kindly told them, because I really don't like being negative, but I kindly told them that if you don't like it, don't watch. Just be one of the ones that hit the negative button and keep on moving. And you must see something you like if you're looking so close that you can tell that it's bothering you about me not having on no bra. I am, lady. I am myself, and I love my family members that accept me for me. And all the other ones can, as I used to say, kick rocks. All right. So now that is out of the way, I'm going to show you this right here. Sharon Tucker over at Classy Shades Design did my cup. And this one right here has the same thing that's on our home screen page. It has my picture and the design on the dollar with the scissors and the diamond right here. And then it has what we do: Glam DIYs, home decor, tablescapes, and Craft With Me. Now, I asked her, or I paid to get 2 more of these made, but without the picture on it, and just with design on a dollar on it, and then our slogan on the back. So when those come in, I am going to do a Craft With Me giveaway. So one Saturday night, when we're doing Craft With Me, I am going to give away that cup right then on the air. And I can't quite figure out how to give it away right then on the air, but that's how I'm going to give that cup away. Yes, Angel, I so am, but I just wanted to let other people know, just in case, we are getting new family members in, and thank you so much for becoming a part of our YT family. We're here. We don't have negativity on our channel. We love to do our DIYs. And so I just wanted to let all the new people know that this is me. You either love me or leave me. Sometimes I have my hair done, but majority of the times I don't. Majority of the times, sometimes I have on nice clothes, but the majority of the time I don't. Majority of the time I'm in my PJs. And that's what our other channel is going to be about. Divas Talk Time is going to have a lot to do with PJs, coffee, tea, wine, water, whatever fancy your boat. We're going to have that. I'm going to be laid out on my bed here with my tea or coffee or wine or whatever I choose for that particular night. And we're going to just talk. Thank you so much. Like I said, I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know, Mary. I know I'm preaching to the choir, to all the ones that's on right now. And I'm sorry that when I do have to address Negative Susans, that y'all have to hear it, because y'all, I know it's not coming from my true sisters. So, okay. And the other thing I need to know is I need to find out what day of the week for Divas Talk Time do you want to do our lives, and also what time, what day and what time. And come on, we got 40 people now, so come on, let's get 40 likes. And I said I was going to wear my reading glasses so I can see so I won't have to look. I can see y'all real good, the comments, but I wanted to magnify it. So while I'm up here, I'm going to have these looking like this, you know how we do. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 Susan, no. I'm not talking about a particular Susan. That's what I call negative. I'm sorry. So I guess I need to make up another name, because I just call them Negative Susie. Any day except Wednesday, and as time for 7 o'clock works. Okay, any day but Wednesday. Okay, so no Wednesdays. But no, Susan, I'm so sorry. It's not, I wasn't talking about you. That's just the names that I give, the name I give them. So I just come up with something else. I don't know what I do. But anyway, let's get to our craft. So tonight we are doing matching wall sconces to the DIY that posted this morning at 8 o'clock. So we're going to make the matching wall sconces, and I have one here. I'm going to go ahead and show you the finished product. And this way, if for some reason you have to leave before we finish, then at least you know what the finished product will look like, okay? So this is the completed project right here. It has crystals at the bottom. It has a tea light right here with a brooch, a mirror, a brooch, and it has gems right here as well. And guys, I wanted to tell you, I know you can't tell the difference, but these gems right here are 17mm gems. And all these glue, I thought I had them all. And these at the bottom are 22. So that's a 22 gem, and that is a 17 gem right there. So this is what we're making tonight, and it's the matching set to this back here. So I always have to make a template so I can know what I'm doing. So for this DIY, you need a 4x6 picture frame like this from the Dollar Tree. Most of all these products you can get from the Dollar Tree, except for the bling wrap. The bling wrap comes from Sharon Tucker, the same one that made this cup at Classy Shades Design. She has an affiliate, Amazon affiliated store. This is all I have left, and I'm quite sure that I'm going to use the rest of this tonight. And I need some more of this myself because I love it. So you need bling wrap of your choice. You need the crystals from the Dollar Tree. You need a tea light glass from the Dollar Tree. 2 brooches. They come from Totally Dazzled. I'm using silver brooches, but you can use any color brooches or any color bling wrap you would like. You need some popsicle sticks. I have the jumbo ones. I'm using 2 different types of glue sticks, because these are the clear ones. These are the super clear ones, so when you put them on, you can't even see them. And these come from Dollar Tree, and I will be using these on the actual crystals itself. And then I'm using the regular glue sticks on everything else. So I have 2 different glue guns here. You would need some scissors, possibly your X-Acto knife, something to take your cobwebs away, your E6000, and your them things, wire cutters, some Windex or something to clean your glass, some black paint or whatever color paint, some black paint or whatever color paint you so desire to use, and you would need a paintbrush. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get started. And I'm going to keep the camera up here until I get everything open. So how was everybody's day. I hope everything was well for you guys. I know the last time I talked with you guys, I was telling you I didn't feel good. I had that achy feeling, and I had headaches, and I still have it a little bit, and I still have the headaches. I still have that headache, and but I can tell you I feel a lot better than what I did. I bet this is the one that that doesn't want to come out. I have one of these 4x6 frames that is trapped, and I don't like taking the little tabs out because I like reinforcing, but for some reason they don't want to come out. It doesn't want to come out. The frame doesn't. So I'm going to see if I take 2 of them out, if it will come out there. Yes, and then I'll keep the other 2 in. And you know what, guys? When I made that one, the big mirror. Yes, it's been cold and rainy here too. But when I got these same picture frame, it wasn't this plastic piece. It was 2 glass pieces. But these pieces that I'm using tonight has plastic and glass. So some of them have 2 glasses, and some of them have, thank you, and some of them only have 1 glass. And so you will need that glass. And what I did so far is just take everything out of here. And now I'm getting ready to open the big one and take everything out of it. And then we'll go to the next step. Yeah, today was a day if even if you're in a cold state and you have snow, or if you like it was here today, cold and rainy. I think I went outside one time today, and that was to the mailbox and back. And other than that, I have been in the house, in the bed, watching TV. I just got up not too long ago and took me a hot shower. And now I'm here with you guys, my family. Yes. So I am getting ready to put the camera down, or you know what? I was going to say that I would, ouch, ooh, hurt my finger. Okay, so I took everything out of here as well, and I'm going to sit this over here out the way because we're not going to use this first. I'm going to bring this up because this is what we're going to work on first. And I am getting ready to turn you guys down so you can see what I'm doing, okay? Alrighty. So, I've been using this same paintbrush for a minute, and I just keep it inside of a bag so it won't dry out, but it's about on this last leg now. And all I do is I'm just taking and I'm dabbing, just like I showed you in the previous the matching mirror back behind me. If you watch that video today, then I'm doing the same process with this frame as I did with all those. And if you have not watched that video, once you finish with the live, go head over and watch that video. And leave me a comment down at the bottom. Tell me what you think about it. Guys, who watch Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD? I love those shows. I really love those shows. I wonder, I know I have some people from Chicago here, and if you watch the show, do you think it portrays those systems, the fire department, the police department, and the hospital? Do you think it portrays them the right way? And have you ever been to the hospital, Chicago Med? I think that's what it is. Have you ever been to that hospital? I always wonder that. Yes, those are good. Yes, I watched the ones today where Chicago Fire, where the three girls went on their gallon time, I think that's what they call it, and the bus, they came across the bus. And then I watched the one with Haley on Chicago PD, where Haley and them got kidnapped. I'm gonna put this up on here. Got kidnapped, and that was good. Oh, I hated the fact that what is her name? The one that used to date the cop before Haley started dating him. I hate that she found out that way about Haley and her old boyfriend plus old partner. It's like every time he has a female partner, is Chicago Med, is it really like that? Is it like a hospital that's really always, ER is always busy and always have all these amazing cases to come in, or is it just really TV? Because I wonder sometimes about those shows. I know all of it. Hi, Biza, I think that's it. Yeah, binge watch them. They are good. You would love them. You would be so addictive. New Amsterdam. That's a really good one. What is it called? Blue Bloods. I love Blue Bloods. Hi, how are you? What else do I always watch? I'm into Dr. Pimple Popper now. I know that's kind of gross, but I'm into stuff like that. I like medical shows. And oh, MacGyver. I love MacGyver. I used to watch the old MacGyver when it was on, and now I love the new one. You do? Yeah, I want I pre-record all my shows really because I don't like commercials. And unless I have to run downstairs or use the bathroom or something like that, I let a commercial play. But I don't really like commercials at all. And as you can see, guys, I'm just painting the 4x6 frame black. And we're doing this first, so you do, Kathy? I know, it's really good. I missed the one. I gotta go and watch the one where the last one where a guy came with the ball on the side of his head. And I wanted to see what that was. I wanted to see if that was a cyst or what was it that was growing. And also, I missed the one with the lady that was getting married and she had that horn thing in her head. And Dr. Pimple Popper thought it was a cancer. So I didn't get to watch that one either. But and the cheesy shows that I like to watch, well, they're not really cheesy, but I mean, um sometimes they're not, well, they're realistic because they're real people, but sometimes I feel like some of it is just for camera purposes. I watch Married to Medicine and Atlanta Housewives. So I do watch those two reality shows. And okay, what was it? Was it cancer? The one that was in her head, the horn thing, was it a cancer? What's Tobro? I haven't heard of that one. But see, you see what we're doing right now, guys? The talking just about little anything. That's what Diva Talk Time is going to be about. And then I will be able to, no cancer, that's great. I will be able to actually be a part of you guys' conversation and not miss some of what you're saying in the live, because I'm doing, looking down at the actual craft. So I will feel more connected to you guys because I will be able to respond to all of you, all of your questions and all of your comments and different things to that nature. So finished, and while it's drying, we're going to move on to decorating the big frame. So I'm going to sit this out the way. Sit this out the way. And I'm going to bring the big frame up here. Oh, MG. Jeez Louise. Guys, forgive me for this right here. Durante. Jashawn. Tell your dad to come here right quick. Tell him it's important. He's getting ready for us, y'all, because I got to see him downstairs. It was a cyst. Oh, I bet that was real gross. And then the husband and wife that came in with and he had all those I don't know if it was cyst or whatever he had on his back and stuff. And Dr. Pimple Popper took him off. And I am going to, well, while he's coming, I can do another part of the frame. We can actually do the frame itself. What, your dad coming?
Yes.
Don't be mad at me either, son. Can you, what you drinking? Cappuccino? Can you go downstairs?
I was just downstairs.
I know, hon.
Just tell me when
I didn't. I just realized it.
You told me to come here for me to go right back downstairs.
Oh, I didn't know you was downstairs. I thought you was in the room with Jashawn.
He was until we went downstairs to make some soup.
Oh, I need in the either in the formal living room, in the old hutch thing that was in the dining room. Either it's either there or it's in the new one. I need one of those square mirrors.
I'll get it.
Like this. It's gonna be hard for you to find. Can you go get that for me, please?
That's weird now.
It's either in the old drawer that's in one of those 3 drawers that's in the formal living room where I put it. I put that the small thing that used to be in the dining room that was sitting. You know what I'm talking about, right? The cabinet that used to be in there.
The cabinet used to be
in the formal dining room behind the table in front of that big glass thing, big glass art piece of work. Look in there and see if you see one of those square mirrors, and if it's not in there, it's in the new one in one of those drawers. I just need one square. I need one of these square mirrors right here, like that.
But you said that's in the new what?
In the new hutch behind the dining room table.
Daddy, I'll bring it back upstairs.
Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be like running really, really close on having enough for this other wall sconce of my black and gold bling wrap. And I'm going to be really bummed if I don't have enough. But the small thing, it takes rows of 3. So I'm going to leave that one right there. And then this one, I put a single row in the center around here. But yes, I was so caught up today, I forgot to actually go downstairs out in the garage and get another mirror. You got it? Did you cut yourself?
No. That's why I was holding these.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
You got
So
the
I have
rest.
everything. I don't need but one. I said one.
You might need them later.
No, I don't need them later. You know those are the coasters for the
Hold on, wait back up.
You almost did scratch me.
Here, Jashawn, take those back downstairs for y'all. All of those. I told you ain't need but one.
What was that for?
And so I am.
Who you talking to?
I'm talking to my family up here.
Oh.
See, that's what I hate. I miss when y'all start talking. I miss the conversation because I'm working. That's why I am looking so forward to this talk time. I'm looking so forward to it. And right now on the channel, I kept some of the popular videos that was up there. And then one that I really, I don't care if it is popular or not. I just think it's a message that needs to be heard, and that's domestic violence.
It smells like syrup.
That's your dad.
Oh.
Domestic violence. I have a video up there about it. My evening is good.
TV. It's TV time.
And as you can see, oh, he did. So your husband worked 3rd shift. That's I hate working. I used to hate 3rd shift. When I was working at the prison, and I was a case analyst. And I didn't get along very well with my supervisor and my head boss. I didn't get along with them. And so I applied. I started in the corrections. I started with the Department of Corrections as being a correctional officer. But then I almost lost my mom, so I moved back home, and I started working at this new prison that was like 20 minutes from home. And so because I didn't get along with my boss and my supervisor, I decided that I would go back to the corrections part. And so what I did was I started applying for sergeant's positions. And I remember always telling both my bosses, and they didn't like me either. Well, the lady boss didn't like me. because I spoke my mind. And my superintendent didn't like me either because he told me one time that I will want my superintendent to like me. And I said, no, you don't have to like me, but you'll respect me because of my position and my job. As long as I do my job and I do it well, then that's what the only respect I need from you. I don't need to like you outside of work. So of course he didn't like me, and that was fine. So I used to tell them all the time, if I go to third shift, that I would lose my job because I would fall asleep. And that, for one, that would be terrible, falling asleep in a prison, which it was a male prison too. Falling asleep in a male prison and having an inmate to attack you or something. Deshaun, bye. Bye. To attack you. So I always said I couldn't work third shift because I would get fired. So they heard that, and of course when I got the sergeant's position, of course they put me on third shift for a year, thinking that I was going to I missed that. See, that's why I hate this part like this. But so they put me on third shift, and because I am such a I was a boss that was very understanding. I listened to my Ooh, so you've been sleeping by yourself for a long time. Yes, in a job. And yes, but yeah, falling asleep in a male prison would have been bad. So I knew that all my officers that I was in charge of on third shift, I knew they had lives. I knew they have things that could go wrong at home, and some of them was just like me, working third shift because that was the only shift that they can have a babysitter or something to that nature. So I was very, very understanding. So I used to tell my officers by ourselves when we was out in our dorms, not at lineup or anything, but once we got to our dorms and I made my first rounds, I would tell them, if you get tired or sleepy, then just let me know, and I will switch you out with a different officer, and I'll let you go and sit in the control booth. And it was a door that was in the control booth that led to like I guess you could say sort of like the room, that the boiler room. It was a door behind that went through there. And so I had to check that door like twice a night. I don't know why, because the inmates were asleep. But I had to check it when I first came on and before I got off. So if that officer was really tired, what I would do was I would come down to the control booth, and I would let that officer come off the floor, and I would rotate them with the officer that was in the control booth. And I will allow them to go behind in that area back there behind the control booth, and I let them sleep for 30 minutes to an hour. And if we had a supervisor that came, our code was popping that door like 3 times, and they would come out, because the bathroom was also there. So if they were coming from that way, it would seem that it would be looking like to our lieutenant or our captain, oh, okay. And now, guys, I'm putting a row of 2 around the sides. Oh, okay. Does he like that part? Does he like that? And so I would let them sleep for a while. And that's what we did. Me too. I was the same way. I will give one of my officers acting sergeant position. I tell them that they was in charge, or if they needed me, you know, they know how to just pop the door, come get me. And I would go back there and I would get me a couple of hours of sleep, or an hour of sleep, or 30 minutes of sleep, or something that was just, you know, give me that little spark of energy that I needed. And that's what we did. I did that for a whole year. And not every night. Of course, not every night I did that. It was just certain nights, you know, when things happen, that I did that. And they were so mad after that year was over, because as soon as they put me on third shift, I applied. Oh, you did? What male prison did you work at? I used to work at Polk Youth Institution. It was in Raleigh, but they moved it now. It's in Butner, I think, now. And then I retired from Vanceboro Correctional, Craven Correctional. So oh, you went to internal affairs. Wow. I bet that is a cool job to have. I wanted to do probation parole. That's what I wanted to do, but I never did it. Okay, guys, and I wanted to point out something. Do not do the bottom. You don't waste your bling wrap on the bottom, because you won't be able to see it. So just do the 3 sides. And as you can see, I'm using every piece that I can find to make sure, to try to get this done. And I'm praying I'll have just enough. But yeah, I worked for the department for 10 years, the state of North Carolina for 10 years. And that's where I met my husband at. No, he was not an inmate. He was in charge of the kitchen. He was a supervisor of the kitchen. And I was the institution sergeant, which meant I was in charge of the day-to-day operations of the whole institution. So I fed the inmates. I opened the yards. I closed the yards. I did counts. Different things like that. I processed write-ups and all that kind of stuff. So we met, and I didn't like him. I really didn't. I didn't like my husband because I felt like he was this mean person, but I just didn't understand his humor, I guess. And one day he came by operations, and that's where, you know, that was like the hub part of where I worked out of, was operations. And he came by, and then he went outside, and one of my officers at the time, and for the life of me, I can't think of her name. I have to credit her. Oh, I missed it. It'll come back in just a second. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. I guess I just it's fine with me. It don't bother me to do it, to talk and deal out crap at the same time. What I don't like is the fact that I'm missing a lot of the interaction with you guys. And that's why I want us to get Diva's Talk Time up and running, and get a date and time, a day and time of the week that we do this. And this way I won't miss miss anything. But so I didn't like my husband, and in the prison system, regardless of who you are, if you wanted food from the kitchen, the plates, I never forget this, $3.12. I don't understand why it was $3.12, but that's how much a plate cost. And on certain days, like when they had fried chicken, I think that's, and maybe spaghetti, maybe, but I know fried chicken for sure is when I always wanted food, but sometimes I didn't have it on my account. And you know, sometimes, majority of the time, your whoever worked in the kitchen, you know, didn't mind giving you a plate or whatever. But my husband was always like $3.12, $3.12. I mean, if you wanted a carton of milk, it was $3.12. He always said that. And so his humor was just different. So that day, my officer asked me, she was looking out the window at him, and she knew that I've had a hard time with my previous relationship, and she wanted somebody that was, you know, good for me. And in her mindset, Mr. Evans was that person. And so she told me, she asked me, she said, Sarge, can you go and ask Mr. Evans? No, she asked me, is Mr. Evans married? And I said, I think he is. I said, because when they brought him around originally to introduce us to him, he had on a wedding ring. But when she asked me that question, and I happened to look out there at his hand, did he have it on still? I don't think he had it on. But you couldn't go by that at the prison system, because men were dogs. They would take their wedding bands off when they came to work and act like they was single. So she asked me to go ask him, was he married? And I told her, I said, I don't even like him like that. I do not want him thinking that I'm asking for myself. And she was married. She was happily married. And so she said, Sarge, please, please, please. And I was like, Lord have mercy. I said, okay. So, of course, I went out and I asked him. I said, I'm not asking for myself, but somebody wanted me to ask, are you married? And he said, why? And I said, because they asked me, were you married? And I told them, when the first time I met you, when they brought you around, you had your wedding band on, so I figured you was married. But I said, I see that you don't have your wedding band on now. And he was like, oh, you're very observant. And I said, well, you have to be in this field. He said, you have to be in this. I said, yeah, you have to be in this field. And I said, because I don't want to mess with no married man, because I've been in that boat where a female was messing with my husband, and it's not a good place to be. So I was married before, guys. I don't call it a marriage. I really forget majority of the time I was, because we only stayed together maybe 6 months. And then we used to be best friends in college, and that's what we should have stayed friends. But when I came back home, I was kind of down and depressed or whatever, and got caught up in my best friend being there for me and thinking it was something that it wasn't. But anyway, so he was like, I don't normally tell people my business, but he said, since you asked, he said, I'm legally separated. And I said, well, join the club, because I was at the time as well. And so we talked for a while, and I got to know him. Not all at that one time, but I got to know him. And we stayed out and talked for a while, and then it was time for us to have count. So he asked me if I gave you my phone number, would you call me? And guys, this is what I said. I said yes, but collect, because I am not paying for no long distance phone calls. And he said, that's fine, you can call collect. So he left it like that, and he went back into the kitchen. Okay, guys, so this is what it should look like, all finished, blinged out. And like I said, do not do the bottom. Don't do the bottom. And so, yeah, I said, yes, but I'll call you collect. And he said, so that's fine. So, you know, he didn't give me a number or anything. So when we did count, and we was doing count, and he came in and he passed me this piece of paper. And I thought it was his count for the kitchen. But my officer said that the kitchen had already called in their count. So I opened the paper up, and it was his phone number. And so I let that his phone number sit on my nightstand for a while, probably a week or so. And then one night I couldn't sleep. I said, well, let me call him, Mr. Evans, and see what he's up to. And of course I did. I called collect. And he answered, and he accepted it. Now we talked collect. No, wait. No, I think I called him collect, and then we stayed on the phone for a while, and then I gave him my phone number for him to call me back. Well, needless to say, we got on the phone probably, I want to say around 6, 7, somewhere up in there. It was an early evening that we got on the phone and we would talk. And next thing I know, I looked down and it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we had been talking and laughing and joking and all that on the phone. And I didn't know he had to go to work the next morning, and he has to go be at work by, I think it's 4:30. I think he had to be to work by 4:30 in the morning. And so we talked all that time, and he didn't not once say, well, I need to go because I have to go to work. We just stayed on the phone talking. And he got off the phone and went, well, I guess he went to work. I didn't have to go to work that day. For real? So, but yeah, so we talked like that for a while over the phone. And then we also talked when we was at work. I would go to the kitchen and talk to him, and he would come out and talk to me. And so I had never, ever been on a real date. Never. I've never been on a real date where a guy came to your house and picked you up and opened doors for you and all that kind of stuff. I had never had that before. And so I don't know how long it was that we had been talking as friends, not as dating or anything, but as friends, where he asked me out on a date. And I said sure. So I told my children about him, and of course my children was skeptical of any man. And so I had my niece or my cousin, I think it was my cousin. I think my cousin babysitted them for me. And when he came over, he, you know, had on, I still remember what he wore. He wore some khaki pants, some brown shoes, and he wore this pinstripe blue and white shirt. That's what he wore. And I had on this flowy like sundress because it was in the summertime. It was short. It was a short sundress, and we and guys, let me say this. I'm gonna switch the subject, but it's not switching the subject. If you have a man that does not open doors for you or pull chairs out, then you deserve that, at least that. And so you should you know, expect that. And I think I messed up because I was this very independent woman, and I felt like I can do everything for myself. And I wasn't used to a man opening doors for me and pulling out my chair and all that. And so sometimes I would tell him, I can do this. I'm not handicapped. But I was not in the mindset of him being, you know, being a man. And that's what a real man does. And so don't ever not allow your man to be a man and open doors for you and pull out chairs and different things. And if that's not happening, and if that's something that you want, then you have to be able to talk to your man and say, you know, I want this. Now, the one thing I can't get my husband really to do is when we're out in public to hold hands. I don't know why he won't do that, but he just won't do it. But he still opens car doors for me and doors, but sometimes he doesn't. And sometimes I would stand there and I would be like, and he'll know what I'm standing there for. So, okay, guys. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your mirror. And as you saw, I took the little tabs off because the mirror is going to be glued to your frame. So I already cleaned it, but I'm gonna clean it again. And this is the side of the mirror that the gems will be on, as well as the mirror. Oh God, guys, we're nowhere near finished. This may have to be a two-part. So do y'all want it to be a two-part video, because we're already almost at an hour and we still have a ways to go? So do y'all want to pick up and do the other part next Saturday after we get this frame, the mirror, into up here where it needs to be? We can I'm sorry, guys. No, this isn't the side that the gems go on. This is just the side for the mirror. And you're going to put the mirror in a diamond shaped pattern where the you know, it's in a diamond shaped pattern. And you're going to put E6000 and hot glue on the mirror. And you really don't have to worry about this right here, but you can take it off, because I know sometimes when you put hot glue and stuff on it, and after a while it lifts and the item come up. So even if you don't take all of it off, just take part of it off where you're putting the glue and stuff actually on the mirror itself. And guys, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to, because this would be a 2-hour. Okay, wait. Somebody said. Yes. Okay, we're going to make this a two-week process. So we're going to get this on, and then once we get this on, we're going to continue with the rest of this on next Saturday. So this would be one of those two-part things that I was telling you about sometime we'll have. So he came and picked me up, and you know what? And I'm going to even stop my story right here as well. And I will pick up where next week on this part, and just tell me we're on the first date. I will be. So yes, I'm gonna stop the story right there as well. And just tell me where we're gonna pick up at next week is he has just came to get we getting ready to go on our first date. We're getting ready to go on our first date. And I'm gonna tell you what my children did to him. So somebody remember that. That's where we're at right there. But what I was saying is just take some of this off, so when you put your glue and stuff down, it will. Good night, everyone. Good night. Oh, alcohol will take the sticker off. Good. Okay. So anyway, guys, so you would take your mirror and put your E6000 or whatever glue, strong adhesive glue you're going to use. I go through some E6000. I mean, and you know what? And I don't really think when we use this, I really think we be using too much. But, and then I'm going to put some hot glue as well. Okay, guys, so I'm going to say this again. This is a 2-week craft, guys. So if you are looking at this, if you're looking at the playback of this live, this is a 2-week process, and next week we will finish this DIY. And so you're going to find the center of the frame of the pane, and you're going to, come on, go over. Well, you don't want it to stick so fast, because you want it even. Like, this piece is over too far, but that hot glue has stuck. So I'm not going to try, because I don't want to crack this. And I'm going to put E6000 around the frame as well as hot glue, and I'm going to put the frame in here, and that's where I'm going to stop it. Yes, so this is a 2-week process for anybody that's looking at the playback. And on next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will finish this DIY. And I will finish the story time. And guys, please think about what day do you want to, what day and time do you want to do the Divas Talk Time on the second channel. Let me know what day of the week and what time of that day do we want to do it, and then we will go by what the majority wants. So please leave your comments on what day of the week and what time of the day that you want to have our Divas Talk Time. The channel is already up and running, and I will put it down in the description box. I will put the information for it down in the description box, so you guys can go head over and start subscribing to the channel. And then I am going to just put a little bit of hot glue on top to seal it. And guys, I have truly enjoyed this night. Time flies when you're having so much fun. And it was like I'm working, but I'm talking with you guys. And, you know, you lose track of time. But, and now all I'm going to do is, I told you I like to keep my tabs for extra security. So I will put these down. And guys, that's where we're going to end for the night. And so I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you to the moon and back again. Thank you for everyone that joined us tonight. Thank you Okay, so we have a any day but Wednesday. So you guys just let me know. And so this is what we have so far. We have our paint, our regular frame decorated. So you put a single strip around in there, and then you put a double around here. You leave the bottom open, and we have our paint, our small 4x6 painted, and we're going to decorate it when we come back on next Saturday. And so guys, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you to the moon and back again. Go ahead over to Divas Talk Time and go ahead and subscribe to that channel. And also look at the domestic violence video that's over there. And at the bottom of that video, as well as this video, let me know what day of the week and what time of that day would you like to officially start Divas Talk Time. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.